So this person who joined the ranks of those who crossed the line to the point where I'm not going to put up with it, particularly since I tried to make amends, and the person, with, you know, when I said sorry, I offended you or whatever, and then the person turns around and is still acting like a jerk towards me after saying, you know, something along the lines like bygones be bygones and whatever. I thought the person would go away. Instead, he's just ripping me apart. I still think he might be stony, because there's very few of you who make a point of posting my first and last name on my channel, which I don't approve those videos ever. There's very few of you that do that, so it's reminiscent of stony. This person got pissed when I was saying, I think you're stony. Yeah, because you act like it. Stony did the same damn thing, trying to get me on his good side and you know, get my defenses down or whatnot by whatever. This particular one, even if it's not stony, was, you know, appealing to my heartstrings or whatever, saying that I offended him and he has illness and so or whatever, and I'm younger than you and I thought that you might, but now he's writing shit like she put you down if you ever, she judges you and puts you down if you've ever done a drug in your life. I've done drugs. I don't put you down if you've ever done a drug in your life. I guess he's referring to that thing where I'm saying, where I'm talking about, you know, I'm always talking about the fact that you know, you'd think I'm up shooting heroin or something, the way that I'm treated sometimes in this life when it comes to just whatever. Expected to be absolutely perfect at all times. Shooting heroin or robbing banks or something. Whatever, I usually don't read the comment, but I glanced at them by accident. I save them all. But I generally don't read them. I just copy paste them without looking at them. When I see his name, I won't post his comments. But it is reminiscent of Stony, because Stony would go back and forth. I have old things from him. You know, I'm really a nice guy, believe it or not, and I've been thinking I need to something, you know, conserve my karma, something like that. I have them all. You know, stop being so mean to you. You know, and then a day later, I tried not to treat you badly, but I just can't do it. You know, it's just, leave me alone. This one was the same thing, brand new to my channel, was saying, and I read what he wrote. I was posting the comment, like, if I offended you, I'm sorry, you know, because I guess he wanted acknowledgement, if he's sincere. But I was burned by Stony too many times, understand? So I don't trust. And I read the comments, and and then I remembered maybe that's this person, I don't know, he wanted acknowledgement when he said something to me about feeling down or something or other. But I keep people, I got burned. The Stony thing taught me a valuable lesson that I'll never forget, and I keep all of you at bay, you know, as a result. There's only a handful of that don't, and they've earned it. They've earned it via, when we used to have personal messages, the things they wrote to me and whatnot, that I know they're the real deal, and they're not Stony in disguise, like Kurt. I know he's not Stony in disguise. I know that beyond any shadow of any doubt. because of the things he wrote to me, that he's written to me both publicly and privately. And same with Carnawagon, same with Blanche, of course. Same with can't pronounce your name. I know his real name, if it is his real name, first name, but Akaroku. But there's a handful, right? Some have been with me forever. Some, like Kurt, are relatively new comparatively, since I've had this channel for 10 years. This one acted like, that we cleared the air and water under the bridge or whatever. I thought he would actually go away. He didn't. And then he proceeds to when I'm beginning to trust him again, he was brand new to my channel, and then he's like being smart and saying that Amy Schumer didn't play at, I think at the Apollo or whatever. And he's like, I said that Amy Schumer had played it, and he's like, Amy Schumer did. I'm like, oh my God, I don't like if you guys do that either, right? And I was right, and I looked it up in Wikipedia, and I knew that she had. But you see, it's like he writes it's okay, and basically I forgive you, water under the whatever, I forget what else he actually wrote. When I stop posting your comments, I don't delete old comments. So, but whatever he wrote, he knows what he wrote, and I thought, okay, this is cool. He forgives me, even though I didn't really done anything. If I offended you, I'm sorry, because he was like saying, you shouldn't even pay attention to her. You should go somewhere she doesn't like. She doesn't care about you. I care about you guys as much as you care about me. You're total strangers. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous to be like, oh, she doesn't care about you, and then you should come to my channel. Well, you're a guy. They're not going to go to your channel. A lot of them like me because they find me attractive. It's just oh God. Yeah, having to be like, what the hell? Why are you gonna raise like that? Like, you're wrong. Amy Schumer wasn't. Yes, she was. That's why I said it. I watched it. And when you do shit like that, and when you post my real name, you make me think you're reminiscent of Stoney. And he didn't like that. He doesn't want to. Yeah, well, Stoney's characters did the same thing. If I thought they were, when after the I'm not Stoney, and it was burned repeatedly. Everybody was Stoney. Unreal. Burned or not, I take it as a learning experience. Valuable lesson that I'll never forget. Just if I say to somebody, remind me of Stoney, it doesn't necessarily mean you're Stoney. The things you're doing remind me of him. They're reminiscent of him and what he would do. Including vacillating between being nice, being not nice, and just trying to get my defenses down, to get me to let my guard down so I trust you, and then then I get burned. So definitely reminds me of Stoney. doesn't necessarily write the way Stoney writes, but it doesn't mean you're Stoney just because I say you remind me of him. The way he treated me on my channel, the way he tricked me, the way he diabolical. Not that I never post negative things. Sometimes I think that it's an insult, but I can't, it's disguised and I can't recognize it as an insult, so I post it, you know. I read them all, and I'm like, that's obscure, that might be a secret, that might be meant as an insult to me, but it's too, it needs to be deciphered or something. And of course, I post every comment that is in a different language, and I have no idea what that's saying. It could be saying anything, you know. Whenever I get comments in a different language, I have no clue in the universe what they're saying to me. It could be saying anything at all, and I posted it, you know. But no, it's only when people start getting really, really just vicious and personal, then I stop posting the you know, I gotta deal with it. There aren't that many people. And I don't block people. It didn't work anyway. I tried to block it. They didn't even work. Or you could just have a new avatar or whatever. I just don't approve the comment. That's all. Just don't approve it. The solution. I still save them all. I put them in like folders like asshole and whatnot, or troll or asshole or whatever. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? I'm going to go back to bed, hopefully. Someone's supposed to come today, give me an estimate on the reality. That monstrosity out there is held up, despite, you know, whoever saying, it's probably not going to last the way it lasted last one. So it's held up, but it's horrible, you know. And it won't necessarily hold up forever. It's just hideous to look at. It's awful. That friend just was so... He wanted money. You know, left out the part where he's never worked with cement in his life. And as some of you know, he came here at night, at 5 o'clock at night, literally thought he could get this whole thing done, including going all the way to Home Depot and picking everything out in 4 hours, or he just wanted to stretch it out. You don't know. The whole family came, but I cooked a great dinner, you know what I mean? The whole family came, and then the guy hurt himself on his own drill, almost hurt himself. He didn't have the right drill bits, you know, learn this terminology. It was a fiasco. But then the next time he came a full 8 or more hours and he still didn't get it done. But that first night he'd ripped the old stuff out, and as some of you know, my mom could have been seriously hurt. She felt dizzy. I thought it was the medication. She was on new medication, but it also turned out the neighbor said she may have been feeling dizzy. she thought she had a bad cold and she didn't want to go to the doctors. And finally I said, Mom, you need to go to the doctor. It turned out she had mild pneumonia in her left lung. You know, and she's sitting there not going to the doctors and not wanting to go. And finally I put my foot down. I was like, you need to go to the doctors, Mom. This is ridiculous. But she, and I was right. I knew, but it was lasting too long to be a fucking cold. For 20 years, the sister of the one who I hadn't seen that. Oh, this was anyway. I was like, yeah, if you have a bad cold, I think for more than a week, you're supposed to go to the doctor. It's been weeks. Anyway, finally got her to the doctors. It was serious. Who knows why she felt dizzy and she reached for a railing that wasn't there and went backwards into the briars. She could have been punctured, had something punctured by the stick or anything, you know. Because my enemies at that time were ridiculing my concern and saying, oh, you're so worried your mom didn't fall that far. Yeah, you're right. From the top of the steps down to the ground beside the house is not that far, but it's all bushes and sticks and whatever. My mom fell straight backwards onto her back, and she's elderly, and she could have been seriously hurt. I wasn't overreacting. No. And it's because the friend tore out that. Only it was metal railing, and only one was disintegrated or whatnot, but the one on the other. So then the next time when he actually, I was disgusted. Remember, he still didn't finish, and he had all day long to do it. Still didn't finish. But when we went to Home Depot, he bought things. I guess he was, in case he didn't finish, bought things to attach the friggin' wood or whatever to the house, metal, hideous-looking things. It's just awful. It's awful. That's all I have to say. It's awful. It's potentially dangerous, you know. And you can say, how do you know that? Because you can hold on to it. My mom holds on to it to get up and down. I've held on to it before. Not that I need to, but it wiggles. Remember, he wasn't even able to get the screw things into the cement, and then he's blaming the cement. But we got the same Home Depot guy the second time we had to go there. And he didn't like it, the guy that was the friend. He didn't like me telling the Home Depot guy. But it's a 50-50. It's either the cement or your incompetence. And I'm leaning towards that you don't know what you're doing. And the Home Depot guy agreed. You know? So yeah, that thing is dangerous. I get nervous even when my mom holds on to it. It wiggles and it needs to be replaced. It has needed to be replaced, you know. It would have been replaced. The sister was a friggin' jerk. She thinks things shouldn't cost anything. We had plans to have someone do it, and she felt that their price was too much to pay, and it's not. It's not. I've gotten other estimates since then, and they're around the same price. That's what it costs, period. Right? I gotta go to the bathroom. Bye-bye.